Okay, guys, so we're back with some more Chaos Zero Nightmare. Now, I wanted to actually show you guys how you want to go about leveling your Zero system, because this is something that's actually really important to getting you guys closer to those perfect builds, and really just making sure that you're not wasting a ton of time or really honestly burning yourself out with farming a whole bunch of stages that really aren't adding more to your progression, right? So you may be wondering, of course, what I'm talking about here. We are talking about the difficulty of the Zero system. Now, depending on the codex that you're farming, it actually will determine the next phase or difficulty that you can go into. Now, the way that you're able to actually get these is that you have to clear the highest difficulty that you possibly can. So if, say, for example, you're crafting, and like, let's say, for example, the highest that you need or that you can craft is up to a level 60. If you do anywhere, I think from like, what is it, like 57 to 60, I think there's a chance that you'll get a level 61 codex, because it always renews and gives you another one. Now, why is this important? Because number one, this is going to be saving you some units, so you don't have to use more units. And the higher up you go, the more units this is going to cost, right? The other thing is too, is that when you're also going through this process, the occurrence is going to be increasing with each difficulty, which is really the main thing that you're trying to increase. Now, as you can see here, we're going to be doing this with a green Swamp of the Judgment. I would advise you to do this with whatever your main DPS's strongest attribute is. It's just going to make things much easier. But as you can see, the only thing we're really working against or have working against this is just 2 elite spots added, but we do not care. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. Do not try to be a hero here. Don't do it on the nightmare mode, which granted, nightmare mode at very high is good, right, for a green, but we're not doing that. We're just trying to clear this as seamlessly as possible. So we're going in the normal. Right now, it's going to tell you that you can't do it, but you absolutely can. You just got to make smarter decisions. Okay, so the main thing with this, and like I said, the whole goal is to try to ensure that, number one, you're completing your codexes, because one pitfall that a lot of players are going to run into is that they don't have enough units, right? You're going to run into a unit problem because, like I said, it gets more expensive while you're in conjunction still spending units on leveling your units, leveling your partners, leveling, you know, and it's so many different things that you're using units for, including crafting. You're definitely going to want to make sure that you're being very mindful of that. Now here, it's been like kind of interesting. I don't normally get crazy buffs for some reason. It's probably because I'm running this so low. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to run this as efficiently as possible. So I don't know if that's a bug or not, or if I'm supposed to be seeing a shop here, but first fight is always pretty easy. But because we have that unique buff, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. Now, the one thing I will say that's actually a pretty big boon here is the fact that I do have some development on my my upgrades, right? Now, this is actually really important because when you're upgrading and getting more of the upgrading done, it actually gives you more occurrences or more chances to have like shops appear, etc. Like, there's a lot of different things that come with it, but it also gives you more power. So for the most part, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be aiming for normal battles, because we don't care about anything else. I don't care about trying to build my best build. I'm trying to just get through this, right? And I noticed that a lot of people are like, they're trying to build their best builds every single run. No, that is just going to create burnout. And you're going to, like, granted, not to say that you're not having fun or you won't have fun, but I noticed that for me, if I did like doing that every single run, I was like, man, like I want to get to my actual builds now, right? So with these like event like kind of nodes, my advice is, if you can get credits or if you can get HP increases, go for that. Epiphanies are also okay to accept as well. And then same thing as far as the pathways that you're taking. I'm not really trying to fight elites if I can help it, right? So navigating this to push up higher in the most seamless way possible You want to increase your power, obviously, because you want to still be able to beat the boss relatively easily, but you also don't want to take on like boss level elites, which can happen, by the way, where like you'll get an elite, and or if you try to do an event and like let's say you fail the event and then it goes into an initiate battle, it could be like some stupid modifiers added to the boss that makes it almost impossible for you to beat it. All right, so we're just clearing this up. Here, we don't care too much about that. We'll go for the AoE. Boom. All right, cool. And we'll go to the next turn. I could have went shield there. Actually, I could do a shield. Reduce some of that damage. All right, source. All right, and then it's GG. All right, cool. So the reason why I want to actually record this straight through too is because I want to actually show you guys how much quicker I'm actually doing this. So this will kind of give you a rough idea, if you're following these steps, how long it really should be taking. Now here we do have an elite battle is like no matter what, we got to do it. So what you could do here, if you already are full, you could go for the training here and possibly pick up a neutral card that you may need. But to be honest, I just always go for the heal, reduce the stress. You'll get the chance to be able to buy the cards that you need. We're going to actually take the event over the battle here, because the event gives you possibly a chance for you to get something really good. So we could remove a card here and also get a HP increase. So I'm going to go for that. So it's like little stuff like that. Like the more you play this too, you'll also know what events that you're going to potentially encounter. And when you get to those events, you know exactly what you want to do. We're going to get rid of the water attack. Now, if you guys are wondering why I'm actually removing cards, that's because I know what typically, like what I want my build to look like by the time I get to the end. So if you guys are still confused on that, make sure you watch my video before this one, or it should be titled like, you know, less is more. That's going to give you a little bit of a better idea as to why I'm removing cards and stuff like that. All right, so let's go for the protection here. Should be able to get double here. All right. Now, there's nothing you could do with this because it's like, I mean, obviously I don't have my like full build just yet. All right. Is it gonna make me? Yeah, it doesn't matter because I got to take this hit regardless. Okay, so let's see here. All right, cool. We got a good layout here. Now, the other thing that I always try to maintain in my runs is keeping my health up as high as I possibly can. You might have like a really rough fight every once in a while, but the more that you can keep your health up, the better, to be honest. Just in case if you have an event that's like takes your HP or something like that, like you just want to always have as much HP as possible. And I even think like as far as like picking the stages that have those modifiers that like reduce HP, like I said, the whole point of this is you're trying to make this as easy as possible. You're not trying to make this harder, right? Let's go for the heal here. That reduces the damage because of the kill. All right, so oh, chill, relax. Okay, here we go. All right, now that we have our AoE, just build it up. And I pop this all the time. I do not be caring. I know some people be trying to save it, but like you have so much opportunity to build it up, just use it. All right, so now we should be coming to the tail end here. All right, go for a stance. All right, boom. Goodbye. Oh, no follow-up. I thought I had one more. Okay, that's fine. Here, it just gives me another window to heal. So right before, and this is why I'm glad I'm like playing through this. So right before I end any fight, if I have a window of opportunity to heal completely, right? Like don't like waste that and just go for the kill. Unless like the turn count is like really low and they're gonna do an obscene amount of damage to you. Just always heal yourself before. Now, of course, you kind of play that by like whatever you may have. Like if you have like a buff up for the for that run that allows you to be able to you know, for example, have the opportunity to heal every run at the end, then sure, you know, go off, do what you gotta do. But that's typically how I run it. Like, even like I said, like I'm not gonna go for, unless like this pathway down here is just more simple, which I don't think necessarily that's gonna be the case. I think here, 2 fights up, fight here, smooth sailing, and then the boss. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually skip ahead just so we can cut through some of these, because I don't want this video to be too long, but I'll meet you guys back at the boss fight. Okay, I skipped ahead. We probably shaved off like a good 30-40 seconds maybe, but we're almost towards the bottom. I found like the better pathway that was just a little bit quicker. Now again, this is just to kind of show you how I go about building throughout the run. Now I haven't really gotten a ton of things to really help me throughout the run, right? We got a couple of epiphany things. Let's see what we're gonna do here. We're gonna heal. Let's go for the wave increase because that's more AP chance. We really don't have a turn that's giving us much, so this is like one of those fights. Oh boy, yeah, let's go for the AP here. We don't really care too much about the build. We're gonna go for the heal, protection, and then I'm gonna actually use a 2-piece here. Boom, just to keep myself alive. All right, boom. All right, let's get some AP going. Now, realistically, with this boss, like if you destroy the eggs, they're not even a boss, but with this enemy, it makes it a lot weaker if you destroy the eggs. Because those can blow up on you and make you take more damage. You see that, right? Big difference in how much damage I'm about to take. So the boss is going to hit you regardless, but you don't want those to, like, to deal more damage than it necessarily needs to. All right, so we're going to get rid of that. But this is, of course, if you're doing this specific world. And you see I'm just popping popping the ego skill. I do not care, because we need this guy to break as soon as possible. Nice, we got the dagger. All right, and then this next turn should be a guaranteed just about kill, I would think. Close to. There we go. Oh, almost. If she crits, then we may be able to do it. Nope. Oh, he crit it. Oh, almost. All right, so we have to eat this hit. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's all right because we're about to go into some healing spots. So yeah, those blow up, or at least one of them I think does. All right, cool. And then, like I said, traditionally before we end the entire thing, we heal, and then we finish off the boss. All right, there we go. Now I think that was actually an elite, if I'm not mistaken. Is why that was a little bit extra. All right, so now we're just going to tread downward, because at this point we've collected 384 coins, which obviously isn't like a crazy amount. But here is like your window of opportunity, like whatever your builds are. I usually try to make sure that one of my characters, like obviously the character I'm here doing the most damage with, is the character that kind of gets some good cards. So because he has the advantage, I'm going to just go for him. Otherwise, you can do some other characters. I think there's also a good chance, like I said, if you got any cards you want to remove to make your setup a little bit smoother. I'm going to get rid of Whirlpool here. I actually don't use it. I want her to just be healing. And I think we'll stop there. We don't really need much else for this to work. All right, and then we'll do a vent, and then we got one more healing. All right, so that was pretty quick. It was about 12 minutes, somewhere around there. Like somewhere around there. Select. We're gonna just go ahead and use this because I already know I'm gonna get rid of some cards. I'm gonna keep that down because it has AP on it, but we're gonna remove the shield. Oh wait, is this dangerously low? Oh yeah, I got 2. Hold on. let me think. Yeah, my build hasn't developed as much as I would like it to just yet. So I'm only going to... Let me see. Did I remove? Yeah, I removed her attack card. So yeah, we're making our deck pretty small here. I'm going to get rid of one of these for right now. And then when we go into the second phase, now mind you, there's 2 phases to this, so my build's gonna get it's gonna bounce back, so it's all right. And then here we got another opportunity. That's kind of why I did it, because I knew I had this coming up, and there's a lot of different cards that you can get that are pretty cheap. We got an AoE one there. We don't want that, and I always try to use the free entries here. Oh yeah, we do want Rally. Rally is a great card. I passed that up, I think, in the last rotation. These are both good cards. All these cards, oh my god, these are actually like pretty solid for Mika. We want another heal card. We'll take that. And then I like having a draw card just in case if I need it. If I get like some nonsense. All right, so there we go. We leave. We heal. All right, and now we're ready for that next boss, right? So I basically do this all the way through up until the boss. That's kind of how I go about it. Now, obviously, you're going to get like epiphanies and other things along the way. And you want to definitely like take advantage of those when you get the opportunity to. So let's go for the stance. Get her going. I could put him in that. Or we want to go for the damage here. Damage is not too much, so yeah, let's actually be smart. Oh yeah, drawing slash. All right, there we go. So yeah, that's pretty quick. Let's see here, damage count. Yeah, so we don't waste her stance. Now, oh, you know what? Do I have one that she can? No, we don't. Let's use that. Go for the 2-shot. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Get some AP from that. I should probably heal now, just because we have the higher AP quantity. Oh, I didn't realize I was gonna have a dead shot. Oh, never mind. All right, it doesn't matter. All right, so you already healed. So yeah, this boss is just like just about good as done. All right, so we could, yeah, let's just use Rally. Get an extra card. Drawing slash gives us the Dark Cloud, which allows this to hit harder. I know you guys are like, yo, he is doing this boss filthy. I absolutely am. Don't you love that? That damage, that damage is nice. Very nice. Very nice. Let's go for the dark. And this is with a, like, I don't even have like crazy gear, developed cards. Like, this is just to kind of show you less is more in application. There we go. Boom. All right, cool. So we absolutely obliterated that boss, by the way. Here, I mean, I don't know. I guess it kind of doesn't really matter so much. I mean, we just go source because why not? It's more healing. We'll pick up this card because I do like my 2 damage cards. And then we will skip that. And then that's that. Okay, guys, so I skip super far ahead into the second phase, or the interior, so you guys didn't have to watch all of that. But we're currently on, like, is this a elite fight? I think this is an elite. But either way, one thing I want to point out is, like, if your character is close to hitting their point of, like, you know, kind of breaking point, I always say try to do that or activate that before you go into the boss fight. It just makes life a lot easier. But you can see here, the thing that we're dealing with is the Phoenix, which is kind of annoying. But it's all good. It's all good. He's going to come back, all this HP. Yeah, we just for no reason go into it, right? Don't you love that? Now here, this is like obviously like a bad situation, right? But we're going to go ahead and AP stack here. Let's see. Does not matter. We just go for that. It's 2 AP. All right, we're gonna actually use this. And I basically continued like this entire run, following the same format that I was doing. Like I wasn't going and challenging a whole bunch of nodes with a whole bunch of bosses and stuff like that. I just strictly was focusing on nodes that were either event or shops or just like kind of regular nodes. Now, the reason why I try to get those cards out of the way in a phase before the boss is because then I'm not drawing cards in the boss fight that I typically don't want to draw, right? So we're going to do that. We're going to go for a heal here. Yeah, that's on an ally, so we're not going to use that. Ooh, these are kind of bad. Oof, 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 oof. I think we can exhaust these. So we have no choice but to exhaust these. So I want you guys to see this too, because it can get bad in here while you're trying to do these runs. All right, so we have a little bit. I need her to just wake up here. Let's go for the deadly. Let's go for the attack card. Oh, my deck is empty. Okay, so we're actually, wow, I think this was maybe the first time I've been in this specific scenario. But okay, that works. That works. Oh, oh my God. No. I want you guys to see how much HP I have. I have 2900 HP, and you see how that almost brought me to my knees, right? No pun intended. Wow, that's crazy. But this is why I always say you want to go for the HP, like any events that can, you know, give you HP, familiarize with yourself with those events, because you are going to absolutely need them. Now here, I think, are we safe here? Yeah, I think we're pretty safe to do this, because I think actually it's a 2 cost. Yeah, that was a 2 cost, so pretty good there. And then you can see here we got that that damage. Now, let's see. I think we can just end it here. Boom. There we go. GG. Wow, that's crazy. I'm actually kind of glad I showed you guys that, because again, full transparency, I don't want you guys to feel like it's just it's easier for sure, but you can have things like that happen, right? You just got to stay calm. You just got to stay calm. All right, so we're going to pass this event. I don't remember what this one does specifically, but I know I have a shot right before the boss. I got a pretty good like lineup or setup. So I'm not really too concerned. Obviously, last minute card removals, this would be the opportunity or the chance to do so, which I don't think I really need to do any card removal stuff. Maybe gear bag would have been good to grab, but I already went past it. So, oh, hold on. Yeah, let's go for gear bag, just in case, just in case we need it. But I don't see anything else. So we're just going to rest. And then we are going to finish the boss. All right. So again, very, very minimum. Like I didn't have any monster cards or anything extra drop. That was just all from my upgrade, which I will show you guys that. And then of course, just taking advantage of, like I said, investing in my unit some. I'll show you that too. All right. So we're going to heal, get those out the way. Go for the pulverize. And to that, I think we have an attack card that's 0. So let me see. We don't. Okay, so we do not. Let me see what card I don't care about coming out now. Let's just grab that one. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna lay all the damage down now, I guess. I guess that's just me being super confident in the fact I'm gonna kill this pretty quick. All right, so go for the daggers. Yeah, I interrupted myself there, so it's whatever. We definitely need some healing cards though. All right, 97. Yeah, we'll go for the break. There we go. So that was actually pretty good. Good play there. Good play. Increase those turns. Give us the ego. Go for that. Draw a card. We got relentless. Oh, okay, we'll take that. Yeah, that actually was a really insane draw of cards just there. That was actually pretty insane. Now I also want to make it a point too. Like I've been playing with like a quote unquote like off meta team this entire time, and I'm scaling the game just fine, right? Like that's like kind of the whole point of me showing you guys this stuff too. So you can see, like, as long as you make a team that synergizes, you can do whatever you want. All right, let's go for this. Here we go. Waste no time. Give me that. Get the extra commits to hunt. We didn't have any extra cards to throw in there, so it's fine. Get rid of one of those. Get rid of this one. All right, sweet. Yeah, we're still sitting pretty good as far as like health and stuff goes. Yeah, I was hoping we get something else, but I guess not. We got a shield though. All right, here we go. Ooh, pulverize on a 1 is actually really nice. For that. Nice crit. Yeah, this is why I love the crit build that I have on her right now. I think that's it for that turn. All right, yeah, he has like this invincible crap going right now. I think we kill here. All right, there we go. All right, so GG, right? Now, I want to show you guys something, right? And this is why I had to go all the way to the end here. We're going to copy the card. It does not matter. I don't care about these builds at all, right? Like, it literally doesn't matter. Crit on Hill is nice, but yeah, we don't care about this, right? We're going to cancel here. We're going to leave. Has this little outro part. And core reveals itself. All right, here we go. GG. GG, GG. All right, nice. And then this brings us to the end screen. So look, my exploration is almost level 30, which is the max. 62 chaos orbs. And this is a low one, mind you. Look at that. A 54k TB, it wasn't even trying. Actually, it might be decent, though. Yeah, it's a 10 card one. This is not bad. It just isn't, like, I didn't really, like, focus it. So we're just going to get our units from that. So I just always sell those at this point. And then new difficulty level 8, right? Now we get new coordinates. Here's why this is important, right? So the one that I had before, I think was level 68. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was level 68. Now it's giving me coordinates for level 70. This is obviously a pretty big deal because this is going to allow me to basically have the opportunity to start working towards the next level. The other thing that you'll notice too is that on each of the cards, it will say the like level of what the card is. Now, because this is a level 70 card, once I beat this means that I'll then have a chance of actually having a level 9 card show up. So this is what you want to basically do. This is the process to keep it as simple as possible for yourself. I go for the zones that don't have like any crazy effects. Like these green ones are perfect for actually raising your difficulty. So like, as you can see, the only effects here that or the one that I'm going to actually end up picking is the one with the 4 elite spots that are added. The max health decrease does not help you, and neither does the credits being reduced help you. If you really want the easier time, I would advise something like that. The max health I think would be a close second in my opinion, but the elite spots, I usually just go for that. Max health also And actually, you know what? You could also get away with the 20% decreased max health. That's not terrible because, like I said, if you can get to different portions of the map where you have, and actually I might do this one because it has a higher occurrence. So yeah, go with the one with the higher occurrence because it's going to make it easier for you to get the build you need. So we're going to go for that one, right? But yeah, it's real simple. I'll show you guys real quick what my upgrading looks like. As you can see, it is stacked, right? Like it is almost completely maxed. I just got to get this last node. I mean, to be fair, some of the big ones I would say are in actually the earlier portion, which is like, let me see. I think is it the discount? No, it's not the reduced discount. I think it's one of them for the shop. That's level 2. I think it is here. The DeLong item refresh protocol, free item refresh protocol. This helps you a ton because it's making sure that you're actually saving credits while you're going through it. So I would highly advise you to like at least try to make sure you're at that point. The extra stats definitely do help. So I'm not going to sit here and say like they don't help at all. But it's just kind of food for thought, right? Like it's very important that you guys are, you know, leveling this up because it will make the leveling process of difficulty much easier in my opinion. So that's really important. Now, of course, with all of that, just to kind of show you guys my combatants that we used, my Ren, I just took to level 60, but you can do this with level 50 units. Hugo, level 50, as well as my Mika, level 50. Potentials, really the most development and potentials is on Ren, but I still don't have the last node yet, nor are they maxed. I'm still missing 4 nodes, still don't have these maxed. And then also with the Mika, same thing, 4 nodes, still not maxed, right? So very straightforward on how this works, guys. Again, I just want you guys to really start working on that because that's where you'll really start making better builds that you want to just kind of keep and that you don't have to keep redoing necessarily. You will have to obviously go through a few runs, but it will give you more occurrences and chances to get the best of the best effects. So yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. All right, so that's gonna be that with this one, guys. Everyone stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next Chaos Zero Nightmare video.